Hi, welcome to Math with Miss Grundy. Today we're going to be talking about decimal division. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up my problem. I have 57 and 6/10 divided by 7 and 2/10. Before we start, I'm going to show you exactly why we are doing it, so that not only do you know how to do it, but you also know the why behind. This is what teachers like to call fluency. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at my first problem, which is 40 divided by 2. So I know that 2 goes into 4 2 times, and 2 times 2 is 4. So I'm going to go ahead and subtract, bring down my 0, and I know that 2 goes into 0 0 times. And 0 times 2 is 0. So now we're going to go ahead and we are going to multiply the 2 by 10. So we're going to do 2 times 10. And 2 times 10 is 20. So this time we're going to see if we get the same answer by dividing 40 by 20. I know that 20 goes into 40 2 times, and 2 times 20 is 40. My goal was to get this same exact answer, but instead I got 2. So I'm thinking, because I multiplied the 2 by 10 to get 20, if I multiply the 40 by 10, I should get 400, and then hopefully I will end up with the same quotient or answer to my division problem as 20. So let's go ahead and give it a try. So I know that 20 cannot go into 4, so I'm going to go ahead and put a 0. Now 20 goes into 40 2 times. And 2 times 20 is 40. So I'm going to subtract those, bring down my 0. And 20 goes into 0 0 times. So I ended up with the same answer. Whenever I multiplied my divisor, the number I was dividing by 10, I also had to multiply my dividend by 10 to make sure that my quotient or answer was the same. So now let's go ahead and apply this theory to our original problem. So 7/10 is dividing 57 and 6/10. So before we do this, I don't like decimals. So I need to find a way to get rid of the decimals, especially in the divisor or the number we are dividing by. I know that anytime I multiply by a power of 10, so times 10 times 100 times 1,000, I am moving all the numbers to the left one place value. So if I multiply 7 and 2/10 by 10, it will turn into 72, and my decimal is now at the end of the number, so I'm good to divide. Because I multiplied this by 10 in order to move the decimal one place, I also have to multiply this number by 10, so that we end up with the same quotient or answer to this original problem as we do to this problem. So if I multiply this by 10, 57 and 6/10 times 10 would mean that every number is moving one decimal place to the left, so it's getting bigger, and I would end up with 576 and my decimals at the end. And now I'm ready to divide. So I'm going to say, how many times does 72 go into 5? Because 72 is much larger than 5, it goes in 0 times. Now I'm going to screw over the next place value. So how many times does 72 go into 57? And that's 0. Now I'm thinking to myself, I have to divide 576 by 72, and I have no idea how many times that goes in. So what I'm going to do to help myself is list the multiples off to the side. So I have 72, and then I would have 144. And then I have 216. $288, $360, $432. I'm almost there. $504, and then finally 576. This is a strategy I like to use whenever I am dividing by a number that is greater than 10. So I will just list the multiples out in order to help myself. So I know that 72 goes into 576. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times. So I'm going to put 8. So 8 times 72 is 576. And I'm going to subtract. And I'm left with 0. So 8 is my final answer, but I'm going to make sure to bring this decimal up. And that is how you perform decimal division. Thank you for joining me. Go ahead and like, subscribe, leave a comment at the bottom of any other topics that you would like videos of.